My name is Kyle Ransom. I'm graduating from the philosophy program with a minor in anticipatory intelligence, and I'm super stoked to be part of the class of 2022. My dad, actually, we came to Utah from Oregon. My dad got a job as a professor. So just growing up in Logan, I was just constantly on campus with my dad. Just fell in love with the campus culture. It just made sense to be an Aggie. I took Ginny Johnson's Intro to International Relations class my freshman year. That was one of the first classes I took, and it just kind of blew my mind. I just felt really motivated to just challenge myself and see what came about from that. And so, not knowing what I was getting myself into, I was recruited out of that class to the Chi program. I studied Alexei Navalny and the Russian opposition protests that started last January. One of the big findings, one of the big takeaways that made it into my paper was that there's just a lot of hyper optimism in the United States about Russians. And the moment that we see Russians kind of protesting against Putin or against corruption, we assume oh, these guys must want a democracy. They must be just like us. This just, it's all going to be perfect. And just adding some layers of nuance to, Russian culture as a whole, what they value, and how the rest of the world isn't just Americans trying to become Americans. They're Russians that want Russian things. It's been a cool process to see how that research kind of prepared me to watch the arc that's occurred, because it wasn't inevitable that we ended up here, but it's just cool to understand the way that a culture has these tendencies towards a certain thing. So, looking hopefully to pursue a career in investigative documentary work that looks at international relations issues, as well as ultimately to be maybe a director in filmmaking, doing narrative films.